You know, at one point in time, I really thought Destroy Lonely would be a huge artist and completely surpass Ken Carson. I think at one point in time, Lone was actually way bigger than Ken, if we're talking monthly listeners wise, because I think he had No Stylist and Bane Blow Up. I think this was during the X era in 2022. Lone just had way more monthly than Ken. And I mean, I even thought, and I think a lot of fans thought he would one day maybe even surpass Carti, because his sound was just so good, it was fresh, and he was so versatile. Like, No Stylist is, I think personally, one of the greatest underground albums ever. But ever since that album dropped, it's been, I personally think, a straight downhill decline for Lone. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks this, because from the posts and tweets I've picked out for this video, Lone's fans are like completely turning on him, because I'm not sure what it is, the money, the clout, but it seems like he doesn't have that hunger in him anymore, and his music is declining, and people are just starting to see him as a bit of a loser. So we're gonna go over why his career has gone south and his fans' opinions on him in the current day. So I'm gonna start this off by showing you guys this TikTok that said Lone was supposed to be the prodigy of opium, which let it slip right through his hands somehow, which I think perfectly describes Lone. After No Stylist drop, it was literally better than anything we heard from Ken, better than any other underground artist album we have ever heard. Like, I'm saying some big crazy statements right now, but I don't think they're even that crazy, because No Stylist was so good. Now, I think what went south firstly in Lone's career was If Looks Could Kill. The album was just very bloated. I think it was 26 songs plus the deluxe. So he dropped a lot of music. The album still streamed and sold well, but for me it was just way too bloated, and the album itself wasn't actually bad, it was simply just the sound was too repetitive. I would say after track 3 or 4, almost every song sounded the same, and I think it was just too much music. Now fast forward to 2024, Lone got allegations of beating his girl. You know, she posted all the screenshots of her beat up and bloody. I'll show them on screen, of course, blurred out, but you know, that kind of showed us that Lone is a bit of a weirdo behind the scenes, as before this, Lone was like the opium saint. He had no allegations, because Ken had allegations, Carti had allegations, and Homicide Gang or Bino had allegations, and Lone was like the last standing angel. And then he actually got into a beef with Bruce Drop and Moth over some petty stuff, like he didn't want to be recorded in his vlog because he was with Ian Connor, or some literal crap like that. And again, it just made seem Lone like more of a loser. And to make things even worse, like Lone had a terrible run in 2024 leading up to the release of his album. He also started beefing with Lucky, again over like girls, over some petty stuff. It's just Lone, like in 2024, it just revealed to us that, I don't even want to say he's a loser, but just the way he responded and acted in the situation, I think the worst thing you can do as an artist is just seem lame. And I think that's been happening to Ken Carson, like his IG got hacked, and then his ex-girlfriend exposed him, just stuff like that, and it makes the artist seem lame, which I think kind of ruins their reputation a little bit. Then of course he dropped Love Lasts Forever, which I actually think was a huge improvement from If Looks Could Kill. I think the deluxes were great as well. I think he dropped like almost 10 tracks in deluxe songs, whatever. I think the album was good. A huge improvement for If Looks Could Kill, way more of a versatile sound, but still didn't match what he did with No Stylist. The album did sell 37,500 units though. 20k from streaming, doing a lot of bundles just like Yeet, but I think it was a good album, and I think it set him up on the right path. Now, but since Love Lasts Forever, Lone has been getting nothing but absolute hate from everyone on social media, including his fans. It is so bad, and I genuinely just like feel bad for him, because you know, we once saw him as this opium prodigy, you know, this opium saint, and now everyone hates him. I genuinely feel bad. So here Kuriko posted Destroy Lonely teases new music for 2025, where he played this new snippet. But the replies, if this was Ken Carson or Carti, everyone would be glazing, but the replies we got, we won't be there. So much for taking a break to focus on production production and a new sound. Lil 88 hi-hats in 2025. He can keep this I don't care. Sounds like every other song on Love Lasts Forever. Destroy Lonely threatens to drop new music. Now that Lil 88 tweet is actually facts. I think like 50% of Lone's downfall is to do with Lil 88 because that is actually a thing I forgot to talk about when I was talking about Love Lasts Forever. I think Lil 88 needs to stop producing because it made a lot of the songs on Love Lasts Forever sound very similar, which kind of ruins it because it gets boring. Now, of course, I don't need to talk about Lil 88. I've made like 2 videos on him. Everyone hates him. Under every post on Lil 88's Twitter, fans are just calling him Hitler and tell him to quit producing. They even got him to quit. So they got him to quit, but I think he came back because he produced on Uzi's album. But anyways, now not only have fans been upset with his music and his producers, but also with his girlfriend, who, if you didn't know, is one of the Clermont twins. Her name is Sinead Clermont. Shananade, I don't know how to say that, but yeah, she's a BBL demon and fans just hate her for some reason. So Lidesty World posted the 2 together where Lone was wearing like eye shader, or like I don't know what that's called. It's like eyelid shader or something. Anyways, can't believe this man made Miley Cyrus, which is an insane song by the way. My goat is so gone. And I remember she actually tweeted out like I think a month ago or 2 months ago that her and Lone are actually ready to have kids. So I guess Destroy Lonely Jr. 2025. And even like yesterday, Lone put out pictures of himself and with his girl, and the comments are just like, they're so horrible. Why his face looks swollen? Maybe blonde dreads will give him superpowers like it did for Carson in 2019. Now Lone actually did used to have blonde dreads like before even No Stylist in that Miley Cyrus music video, which was again insane. So maybe old Cash Lone is coming back, guys. Cash Lone. Like what the F are they doing to him, bro? I even saw one comment which was like, I remember when these posts used to have like an empty picture on it, or like an empty wall, because if you guys remember during like the No Stylist era, Lone used to post like fit pics. He would post like 2 or 3 pics, and then on Instagram on the last slide used to always be like an empty wall, which I just found funny. And because he actually used to do that, he even released merch, I remember, which was just an empty wall from one of his IG posts. I'm thinking about that now. Why did he release merch with an empty wall on it? I guess Destroy Lonely law. And if you guys remember from Love Lasts Forever, actually Thrill with Ken Carson, when the song first released, the mixing was awful, and it seems like they still haven't fixed the mixing. Somebody posted, does this fella ever play back his music? Does he not realize nobody can effing hear him? And if you actually listen to the song, you can't hear Lone. I think that actually happens on a lot of his songs. I feel like with If Looks to Kill and Love Lasts Forever, the beats are so like, I don't know, mixed bad or just distorted. I can barely hear Lone. I think this is for the entirety of the album, not even Thrill. The same thing with Yeet. I really struggle to hear Yeet on like Lifestyle because the beats are so like distorted and bassy. I can barely hear him. Somebody put LMAO them studio speakers. The BB banging on them speakers that he probably thought it was straight. Thinking the same like how can the release of your song have your own voice sounding this shitty? I found a version on YT where someone claimed that the vocals and it's 10 times better. It's just crazy that this was released by a major label. Like no one checked this. No one told him that he's borderline unintelligible on half the songs on this album. I swear if his vocal mix on these songs were better, it would bump up the album's quality by a large margin. Yeah, as I was saying, it's just I can barely hear him on half the album. So I've got another one. How the hell did he fall off this bad? Listening to If Looks Would Kill again made me realize just how much worse he's become. Even Clayco is just horrible now. Lone X Clayco used to be a rival prime Pia X Carti in quality. Yo, let him cook. Is it crazy to say that? Sorry, I need to, okay, anyways. Now they only do the boring generic trap sound we've heard a billion times. You see, I actually thought that when he dropped If Looks Would Kill or Love Lasts Forever, I remember after No Stylist he was putting out like snippets and he was doing like a more generic Atlanta trap sound. And I was like, oh, this is cool, you know, he's trying to go more mainstream. But I didn't know he would start making the most boring and generic songs ever. I thought he was just slightly altering his sound so it appeals to a larger market. I didn't realize how bad it was until I saw how Ken's new IG post was surpassing Lone's old post in likes in a day. I know likes don't mean anything, but it's kind of telling. Yeah, Ken is so much bigger than Lone. Like, it's crazy because they're still both Opium, but to me it seems like no one, like, obviously Opium is a huge thing, but a majority of Opium fans, I would say less than half of Opium fans even care about Lone. Literally, they only care about like Ken and Carti. And I think what plays a factor in this because Ken is just so memeable, like his personality, the whole Goomer thing. It's just how Lucky they make fun of Lucky for being fat. I don't think Lone has that like memeable or even the personality. And also because Ken's music is just simply better, which actually hurts me to say that because again, just no stylist. Like in 2022, Ken dropped X, Lone dropped No Stylist, and they don't even compare. I love X by Ken because the bouncy Starboy, like it's a very summery vibes album. It's just good vibes on like the EDM beats, but No Stylist just clears, bro. So yeah guys, that is Destroy Lonely, and if he's falling off, personally I think he is, and it hurts me to say that because he used to be literally one of my favorite rappers. Like I literally thought he was the GOAT, but now it's just not the same. And I think, you know, he's got money and clout now, so he's just not as hungry. He's got Lil 88 producing for him, and it's just, yeah, it's just not the same, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments though. Do you think Lone can make a comeback, or is he just completely cooked? Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.